6 max HP for a random rare relic seems excellent. And it is. A pocket watch. So pocket watch is exceptionally good. Oh, it's actually really good against the slime boss too. I was going to say in particular against the Tri-Sentries as well as the Gremlin Knob. I mean, it's good against all of the elites. In particular, if we can pair it with a Predator, we're going to get like a full hand of cards. We're going to get 3 from Pocket Watch and then 2 from Predator, so 10 cards. Gotta at least die to Book of Stabbing again. Man, I'm already being beat up by the Spire. Come on, I need some, like, you know, where's the encouragement? Come on, Dane. You can do it. I don't know, I'm not good at saying nice things. I'm only good at, like, sarcasm and trash talk, which is why I love the thing with SD that we have going on. Finally, one of my strengths. Thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah, kind of rough. So we can only ever take 2 elites through Act 1, and the paths through 2 elites do not spark joy. So what do we do about that? I suppose we could go this way and see... Well, we're bottlenecked into an elite there. But we get 3 combats into it, and then our elite of choice is the Flaming Elite, which maybe goes well with Pocket Watch. Let's try it out. Pocket Watch is so good. This is our next turn. How do I want to do this? So maybe I wasn't supposed to neutralize here. And then we could have fished for the strike kill next turn. Yeah. The Liquid Memories and a chance at a Flechettes with Pocket Watch. Yes. The rare floor 1 poison stab skip. Oh. I was supposed to do that. Okay. That's fine. Got him. Super, super good. Heel hook, backstab. Backstab is going to, like, basically always break Pocket Watch for turn 2. Outmaneuver's kind of cute. We draw a bunch of cards. We play Outmaneuver. Draw even more cards the next turn with tons of energy. It's a decent power spike. It's not particularly good. Yeah, both backstab and heel hook break our Pocket Watch. We'll look for something else. Oof. Oof. You. Fantastic. Chances, our potion luck has been incredible, though, at the very least. Concentrate does go really well with Pocket Watch, except it breaks Pocket Watch. I think we'll go for the Skewer just for more damage. Really good turn, like, Flechettes plus Skewer could be quite a lot of damage for us. Good face, bad face. Neutral face. Let's see. Me Predator? Not Predator, but a chance at Terror and Leg Sweep. Leg Sweep's really good, because it'll basically promise that we're always proccing the Pocket Watch. Yeah, we'll just take the Leg Sweep here. Now, if there's any enemy that can absolutely destroy us, it's gonna be the Lagavulin, because of how much the Strength Down affects Flechettes. So we'll probably look for a really big Flechettes, Liquid Memories Flechettes, maybe? Something like that. Maybe Fear Potion will be enough. We'll see. We'll push some damage here. And this should be, yeah, this will be our Flechette's turn. We don't have a lot of skills here, though. It's good enough. And then this is 20 damage. 24. I think we need to save a potion going into our next fight, but doing half the damage when we have strength down and Flechettes and Skewer doing most of our damage seems kind of sketchy. And then we're hoping for like Tri-Sentries, not Gremlin Knob. Tough call. So if we don't Liquid Memories, we're trading away some extra HP, right? Okay. We'll just do it. Snack O Skull. Distilled Chaos. Chance at a dash and a deadly poison. Wow, both really tempting. So dash again is basically going to guarantee the Pocket Watch proc, which is generally really, really good. Yeah, we'll try to pick up a deadly poison later. I think the dash is just too good to pass up here. And like super tempting, just Flechette's pickup. We'll do that. I don't often build into Flechettes, but this fight's a bit awkward. The regen on the sentries is tough for us. Basically just hoping for Flechettes, a really big Flechette's turn, and about it. It's not great. Okay. with this, we'll just let Pocket Watch carry it home. Should be pretty easy. Yeah. No, we did not lose a lot of HP this fight. Very, very good. A bag of marbles, emerald key, and... answered a skip button. Eviscerate's kind of interesting going to the slime boss, but we won't lean into that at all. Yeah. 1 strength is pretty good. Caca. This is going to do 16, and then this is going to do more than enough. Sweet. So good. Yeah, Vajra flechettes for sure. What is that? 7? It's pretty sweet. Finisher's also... I mean, I don't think Finisher's great here. We also have the anti-combo with Skewer plus Finisher. And then Blade Dance just cancels our Pocket Watch, which we don't want at all. Second chance at Concentrate, though. I think we're just going to keep hitting the skip button and go for some more upgrades. With Slime Boss coming up, Skewer upgrade is very good. The Dash upgrade is also pretty good. And then just generally getting Leg Sweep upgraded is going to help a lot. We'll take Skewer because it's Slime Boss. I think if it was Hexaghost or the Guardian in particular, I would do the Leg Sweep upgrade. Caca. Wait, this was 22, 25, 26. Oh, we had lethal. Whoops. All right, chance at another copy of Leg Sweep. Tactician is kind of cute. It's like, it's how much do we want to play into Pocket Watch? Because we're starting to find things that could break Pocket Watch for us and still be very, very good. A second copy of Leg Sweep is like, fine. Second copy of Leg Sweep means that if we go to 4 energy, we're going to be able to keep proccing Pocket Watch while playing high impact cards. Is Acrobatics interesting with flechettes at all? Well, it's a skill in itself, and it has to draw into at least of the 2. So you use a card to draw 3 cards, so it's plus 2 cards. So you would have to have both, well, you'd have to have 2 out of 3 skills for it to be worth it, unless it said Acrobatics plus, and then I feel like you're have much better odds there, I guess, is the point. So it's kind of all right. I'm going to do the other copy of Leg Sweep, though. Ugh. You go here. 6, 16. Ouch. It's a really good thing that we don't see a Gremlin Wizard here, though. That would have been the big sad. Protect yourself? It's the rare shield gremlin attack. A fire potion just in time for the slime boss. And a chance at a blur. So blur would allow us to set up like a hypothetical blurricade really routinely with 2 leg sweeps and a pocket watch. I don't know how much it's worth leaning into that though, considering how much we're lacking damage, but we'll try it. It's at least something. All right. We get to try out our ability to deal with slimes. The pre-slime boss fight. I mean, this splits you, but it's a decent split, and we have Skewer for next turn. Yeah. Sweet, and we're not weak, so we just have to Skewer for 2, and we count for all this damage. Is it a weak potion? An accuracy? We'll skip all that. I don't think we need this. And I'm feeling pretty good, actually. Oh, what we're looking to upgrade here going into the slime boss. Dash would be pretty okay. Leg sweep as well, but we have so many sources of weak that I feel like the extra damage from dash could be super relevant. So interesting that the dash upgrade doesn't go to 14. There's so many instances where 10 goes to 14 in this game. To see the one where it goes from 10 to 13. Interesting. Do dash. It's kind of cute. It could help against slime boss, I guess. Yo, this turn 1 is insane. It's too much damage. Wait, 32 brings you to 68. It's a turn 1 split. This is so rare. This is like Watcher problems. And then, you know, you just get hit for 36 on turn 2 because... because... silent things. A guide told you that Skewer Plus is a bad card. An interesting guide. Yeah, I don't know. It has a place. It has a place. I think, you know, the fact that it says 10 on it is pretty good. I don't know. It's like, I mean, it kind of is in that if you could get Predator Plus, that's also 20 damage for 2 energy. Like, the scalability of Skewer is... it doesn't really exist within the Silence kit, like, not in the same way that, like, a Reinforced Body scales an X-cost card into the Defects kit or Tempest or something like that. So it is weird, for sure. I don't think the Silent does particularly well with... hold on. A lot of damage with X-cost cards in general. So it is kind of interesting, at least. Like, if you take Skewer early and make it say plus, that does not mean that you necessarily take Chemex when you see it. Same thing with, like, it's so awkward. It makes it so much better, though. I mean, this is going to be 50 damage for 3 energy. That's pretty dang good. I don't know. I think Skewer is just kind of awkward. What? Wait, hold on. So we don't die. We live with 2. Excuse me, we live with 3? Not bad. And then we should kill them both next turn. Rough. Well, you know, Slime Boss down as the Silent is nothing to sneeze at for sure. A chance at a Boule time with our Pocket Watch. It does break Pocket Watch, but what a turn. It would be 6 cards. I think Flechettes Plus is typically a bad card. This is making Flechettes look pretty good in my opinion because we have Pocket Watch, but we only took Flechettes because we had Pocket Watch. So I would generally say you should probably not take Flechettes most of the time. But yeah, like every card has its place in Spire, and that's one of the things that makes it such a great game in particular is like everything kind of works sometimes, you know? Except reprogram. That's true. That's true. That's a never. That's the rare never category. Yeah, it's kind of like, do we break Pocket Watch with a Boule time? You get a very good bullet time turn if we do. Unveish with the flex. Animal fact time? I still don't have any animal facts. The greatest card ever. Well, it's true. You had the moment. You had the stage. Comes out for the Flechettes. Yeah, kind of an interesting choice. So we were talking a fair amount tonight about how Footwork Plus deals with all of the enemies in Act 2 that apply Frail. After Image is your ability to not have Footwork in the deck, but still get the effect of Footwork from just having After Image around. Now, it doesn't necessarily scale up our leg sweeps to be that much more effective. Also doesn't work like, I mean, it's better with Blur in the deck for sure, but it is a bit slow. My fear with Bullet Time is that right now we're so reliant on pulling around to Flechettes and these 2-cost cards that if we take Bullet Time, break the Pocket Watch, our next turn is like really bad most of the time. In particular because we haven't dealt with our strikes at all. We're coming out of Act 1 with all of our base strikes in the deck. That's really, really bad. And we're making up for the fact that we have all these strikes with the fact that we have Pocket Watch as well as Ring of the Snake to a degree. So our card remove is the fact that we're drawing 3 extra cards per turn right now. So Bullet Time breaking that, having all of our base cards in the deck, even though it looks really appealing to take this Bullet Time, I think I'm going to take the After Image. After Image is also going to scale well into the rest of the game. If we do start to gravitate away from Pocket Watch, After Image is a great way to, just deal with the rest of the game. Maybe help set up this Blurricade thing. Oh my. You know what's even better than 8 cards per turn? 10 cards per turn. Wow. That is pretty insane. I mean, this is Snecko Eye, for sure. No doubt about it. This is a Snecko Eye pick. Let's at least talk about these other relics, just because they're here. Velvet Choker is a really good pick for Pocket Watch in particular, since we're leaning into Pocket Watch. The fact that we're not playing 6 cards per turn is not a detriment whatsoever, because we're not trying to play 6 cards per turn ever at this point. We've very specifically built the deck in a way that leans away from things like Blade Dance or Cloak and Dagger or whatever it is that would put us at this point that breaks our Pocket Watch. We also don't have something like Burst in here, whatever. So Velvet Choker, if Snecko Eye wasn't here, this would be an exceptionally good energy relic, and we would just take it. Empty Cage, we talked about this. I think it's a frequent question for newer players and even people who have been playing the game for quite a while. Have a great night, Anson. Why is Empty Cage a boss relic? And to pair with our Pocket Watch, what Empty Cage says is remove 2 cards. And I think your mind naturally goes to oh, I would love to remove some curses here if you happen to pick them up, or whatever it is, or even your base cards and strikes, right? But what Empty Cage actually is, and why in Monster Train you go to those nodes that help you remove 2 cards from your deck, basically. I mean, I go to them pretty often, but anyway, why you do those things is because in disguise, Empty Cage is card draw, and that's why it's a boss relic. So people will be like, well, Astrolabe is 3 cards, Empty Cage is 2 cards. What's the deal? And the deal is that Empty Cage removing 2 cards gives you extra card draw, whereas Astrolabe doesn't change the card draw at all. It just changes the quality of the cards that you're drawing, which is really good. I like Astrolabe quite a lot. But the fact that Empty Cage causes you to draw additional cards per cycle through your deck is the reason why it's here. It's basically always better than the skip button. Not that it's that high of impact, but it's at least worth mentioning why Empty Cage is here and why card remove in deck builders is so important. Card remove is card draw, and it's all about the card draw, as we've seen with the Pocket Watch. So in theory, if we were taking Empty Cage here and removing strikes, with Pocket Watch, that's pretty exceptional, because then we're drawing more skills for flechettes, and that's our damage spike. But we're taking Snecko Eye. 10 cards per turn. Insane. All right, we have our Emerald Keepies. Can only take 2 elites this act, which you hate to see. Considering we're feeling pretty good. Oh, we can take 3. It's on the right-hand side. Really don't like paths like that, though, because we want to go to a shop. We've got a lot of money. I'd even go to an early shop like this if we could swing it, which we kind of can. Every other turn Pocket Watch approach. Yeah, for sure. And we weren't forced to use Pocket Watch, or excuse me, Bullet Time every time it showed up, right? So we could have done things with it for sure. 2? Wait, 1. Man, this turn's kind of weird. It's a bad turn 1. We can't knock a bird out with flechettes. We can't really... Well, we could just play Leg Sweep and go next turn, I guess, and not take any damage. Otherwise, we After Image, flechettes, defend? Yeah, this is... it's not a good showing for Snecko Eye on turn 1 for sure. Oh, we should have done this. Dang it. All right, my bad. We should have done that first. But 10 cards. Ooh. Still only playing 2. Come on, Snecko. We can do better. There we go. Costs 0 to 4. Man. Yeah, I'm totally with you on that change to. I saw your post in the Discord and didn't have time to respond to it yet. But yeah, the change to what's that card called? Or the relic, the volatile gauge in Monster Train, very strange. I just don't really agree with that change at all. But hey, with all this extra card draw, we're actually getting close to the Blurcade. If we get another copy of Blur, can probably do it routinely. That's the turn we were looking for in the beginning. Chance it's some junk. Skip that. All right, give me a quick second. I will be right back. This is easy. We'll no longer say Kaka, but we will have Nilat's gift. Oh, my friends. Thank you for hanging out for a minute there while I got some water. After I finish my water, this is important. After you finish your water, we have... Where's my button? Here it is. We have this... I love this. I have to show off this can art. This is so good. This. Look at the bees. Speaking of, like, animal facts. Bees are pretty high on the list of animals that we're going to be showing off. Like, that's a cool can. I like that a lot. All right, Cultist Headpiece. Goodbye. Beads? What? What about beads? Beads. All right. Unfortunate fletchettis, but we'll be all right anyway. Thanks to our after image. Now here's the question: is like, do you break Pocket Watch here for 33 damage? No. No. We'll get there. Fletchettis? We have a strike for 0. This is 28. Let me see here. You're on 33. 28. 35? Sweet. It turns out 10 cards per turn is pretty good. It's a dodge and roll, a deflect, a meme stab. No. Check out this shop here. First chance at some poison. Maybe we saw Deadly Poison in Act 1. That sounds familiar. Noxious Fumes is pretty good, I suppose. Allowing us to treadmill poison when it's not upgraded, as well as remove artifact, which is going to be the big thing for the Bronze Automaton. Pretty good. Calculated Gamble on 10 cards, even though it says 0 on it, is also pretty good. I think I am going to take the Noxious Fumes. We'll do a card remove on a strike. And probably pass. the plan is to take this elite, and then we'll take this one, and we have another shop at the end of the act that we'll pivot into. So we'll just save our money. Fire spirits. We didn't have any good rare cards to actually give them, or bad rare cards, rather, to give them. And then all of our uncommon cards I want to keep around. Even the skewer. I mean, it was a decent heal, but I like having the skewer around. We're going into our first elite. And I could see a few interesting options here. Between, I don't think we need to upgrade the leg sweeps for extra weak at this point, but upgrading a blur to carry block through turns is pretty interesting. What I was more looking for here is like a nice source of damage, basically, but we just don't have it. So I guess we'll just take the Noxious Fumes upgrade. See how it goes. I think it's worth it to break Pocket Watch here to take out the back slaver and effectively block 14. And it's like, take 7 or use this Distilled Chaos. I'm actually going to use Distilled Chaos here. Oh. Yeah. Mostly because, like, I don't want to be using Distilled Chaos in the future. So if we can use it to do anything, I think it's worth it. Snecko Skull, so good. Takes 0 damage against the Tri-Slavers. Super, super good. Pick up a Fairy in a Bottle, a Gremlin Horn, as well as a skip button. Flannel Violin, good evening. Nice to see your name pop up. Sorry you're late, no big deal. No big deal at all. Yeah, it's been a pretty good night in the Spire, I suppose. Well, I don't know about in the Spire actually. It's been a pretty terrible night in the Spire, but the stream has been pretty fun for me so far. Spire has been very mean. Was calling some more? Yeah, you actually were you here? We just traded in the cultist mask for Naloth's gift. But yeah, we've got a really fun run going. Like, this is super rare, but I'm having a great time with it. We've got both Pocket Watch and Snecko Eye, 10 cards per turn, but we're still only playing 3. So I think this is a super, super cool run. Very rare. First. Yeah, this is such a cool combo though. Like, I mean, this would be like particularly good on, say, the Ironclad, taking a bunch of big chunky attack cards. But, you know, the trick is really with this is that we're still only playing 3 cards per turn, even oftentimes when we're given the opportunity to play 4. Burst is like a speculative pick. We're on 19 cards, and there's a lot of skills in the Silence kit that want Burst. We could do Burst Blur to set up the Blurricade. But yeah, acknowledging that burst usually breaks the pocket watch does make it seem kind of meh. Still gonna take it. A Ma Bank? That's terrible. Get 51 gold, though. I think we'll take the Sapphire Key here, because we're going to this shop and we're doing something there. If anything, we are removing a strike. Yeah, that was a really bad pull. I mean, it was a good pull, because we got the Sapphire Key, I guess. How does Masterful Stab plus not go? Yep, what Zuthus said, yep. So regardless of what's happened, the cost will be randomized. That's pretty much, I believe that's straight across the board with Snecko Eye. But the key is with Snecko Eye is that, let's see here. Well, the confused debuff, I guess, is when cards are drawn, the cost is randomized. So you can still pull from your discard and your draw pile and have the cost be what it is there, right? Like that's very common in like the defect or something. So that mechanic exists, but same thing with Chrysalis, with Metamorphosis, anything that puts cards into your draw or discard pile at a cost will be randomized by confused when they're drawn again. It goes up in your discard. Oh. That's good intel. I think it's Blur for the Bronze Automaton in particular. The burst upgrade always breaks Pocket Watch if we're playing multiple cards, so I actually really don't like the burst upgrade there. Not really what we were trying to do. What I do really like is burst Blur against the Bronze Automaton and future fights, and having the Blur value just be higher is kind of neat. This is weird. So if we skewer first, you gain 12 metallicize. This still does 13 damage. If we do this, that's just terrible. So we'll do this first. And that is that fight. Noxious Fumes plus Snecko Skull doing some really good work for us. Caltrops is damage. No, we can do better than Caltrops. I don't like that at all. We'll take 50 gold going into the shop. I don't really care for Ritual Dagger much at all. Though I think we could set it up. Maybe? It's a bit late. I think we don't. I'm gonna see the rare Caltrop pig. Yeah. Even here, I think Caltrops is pretty bad. Can we do better? 21. This is 20. We could use our explosive potion here since it's really low value for us going forward. So if we get a potion here or at the shop, it just sets up for a better next turn. So I like taking out both of these gremlins this turn. I like that about the cultist mask. Okay. Break our pocket watch to take 0 here, because I don't know about the rest of the fight being free, but we're very strong with our combo right now. Oh, I have flechettes coming around. I don't think we have the kill, though, right? It depends on the randomization. Do this. Hey, over easy, Evan. Oh, bird alert. Welcome into something entirely different. So you are on 13 HP. So this takes you out, and then we have to account for 36. 26 plus 5, 31. Plus after image. Don't think we have the kill, right? 28 plus 11. No. Okay. To blur or not to blur? Indeed. Man. Some gremlin leaders. Great fight, though. I think we lost 4 HP total. But potion belt. Chance at a terror. Terror with flechettes could be how we kill bosses at this point. Since we're not really scaling our damage very well against the Bronze Automaton, I think we will take the terror. We have tons of artifact remove with our leg sweeps and stuff. And we have money to burn here. I don't think we need the Happy Flower. I think I will take the Twisted Funnel. If anything, the Twisted Funnel with the Bag of Marbles is 2 artifact remove at the start of fights. And with Snecko Skull, this is 5 poison to all enemies. So at the start of the fight, you just apply deadly poison to all enemies. Yeah, and Tropic Brew is also probably a take here. I don't really care about the Fairy in a Bottle. We can probably ditch it. Yeah, the Deadly Poison is, like, kind of tempting. If we could get it upgraded, it'd be some really nice scaling deadly or poison for us. Yeah, the Happy Flower I don't think we need at all. So I'm going to do this, and it's kind of like strike remove or pick up deadly poison. think I like the deadly. With all this card draw, I think that's fine. We will go for an upgrade, of course, and then I think we'll upgrade Deadly Poison right away. Too good. 8 poison with Snecko Skull. Rather have some source of energy with Snecko. Well, we have Pocket Watch Snecko going on right now, so that's our main source of energy, is the fact that we're just drawing 10 cards per turn. So the card draw mechanic is our energy source right now. So this one is taking Skewer, right? Because it's the highest rarity card in the draw pile. And then this one's taking a Strike. Poor guy doesn't even know. I think we'll just do this. So much damage. So Flechette's blocks 8. It's a really good block card here. And then probably Leg Sweep for weakness next turn. Plus some Deadly Poison. Yeah, this one you can go ahead and keep the Strike. I don't it's actually good for us if the Strike just stays there. Say good enough. We do not get our Blur for this turn, though. So Hyper Beam's coming up next. Oh, well, we had a chance, but didn't come around. So we have to basically have Weak Down, no doubt. That's for sure. That is a lot of damage. This is actually, okay, this is interesting. I think we get the Deadly Poison down if we were to neutralize now. So here's what's going to happen. If the poison kills the back orb, the Strike goes into our hand for next turn, and we only draw 9 cards. So we have -1 card draw for next turn, or 1 is guaranteed to be a Strike. If we were to neutralize this now, we would at least put it in the discard pile, and we're drawing 3 mystery cards for next turn, which could be this Strike, but it could be something more useful, or just a block card or something. So, interesting choice here. I think I'm just going to apply the Deadly and be fine with that. Excuse me, Snecko? Well, we got a lot of block cards, but we can't really play them. We don't die, but we don't do anything particularly interesting this turn. Like, we can dash to survive and then strike for 1 more block. Actually, and Skewer for 1 more block on top of that. Yeah, I think I'm good breaking Pocket Watch in this instance when we know that next turn is entirely covered by Blur. Even though this draw isn't very exciting. Nice. Pretty good fight anyway. Pick up a Dex Potion, chance at a Corpse Explosion. Yep. It's pretty easy. All right. Slaver's Collar, a Fusion Hammer, and a Coffee Dripper. You survive Hyper Beam, you most likely win the fight, but have you ever seen second Hyper Beam? I know we've had first Hyper Beam. Make well-laid plans. Maybe. Honestly, I'm pretty content cycling through the deck every, like, 2 turns. 2 and change at this point. Like, well-laid plans is going to be -2 draw. So, and if we had some, like, super situational cards, like, I don't know, Piercing Whale, maybe a Wraith form, it might be a consideration just for the Heart Fight in particular. I think we do Slaver's Collar. Like, we're fine with 10 cards per turn on most of these floor fights. Now that we picked up a Corpse Explosion, I think this is fine. We just need to recall this act. We have our Sapphire Key as well as our Emerald Key. We got like a really nice-ish path to the left. We have like a lot of combat into our first elite, and then we have a late shop into our next elite, and some campfires to rest and recall at the very end. The downside is we have a ton of combats here at the very start. $50 damage? Excuse me? Guess I'll just win. That's pretty good. Skewer Plus will pass. Ooh, interesting. So we have a late shop. We have a couple floors to pick up some gold. A lot of this is really good. Like 2 random upgrades could be fine. We have some cards to upgrade. Actually, I have a lot down here. I mean, I think this most likely hits like strikes and stuff, but if it happened to hit Corpse Explosion or Leg Sweep, that would be nice. It's either that or we take the Strike Remove, which is also very, very good here. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Strike Remove and Random Upgrade. Burst is fine. Again, I think usually we're not looking to burst anything, so... Oh my dog, this is so good. At least it wasn't... Yeah, Terror would have for sure been the worst. And having, like, Burst upgraded, we can do things like with Corpse Explosion there. And what have you. Calculated Gamble Plus is really tempting. Just in case we run into a bad hand. I think a lot of the time we don't end up using Calculated Gamble, though, is kind of the problem. That was not coffee. That was a light roast. Very, very light roast. They only have it here in America. Good afternoon or morning. So betrayed. Look, we started with coffee. We had some water. We were good and healthy. And now it's 10 o'clock and it's Friday, so we're having an okay time. We're having a good time. Transient seems like the scariest potential enemy for this deck. Yeah, it's going to come down to, well, as with most transient fights, it's going to come down to applying this poison, and we have enough weak sources, so maybe we're fine. Yeah, this pick is... I don't know. I feel like it's oftentimes just a dead card for us. We are only on 22 cards, and we're drawing 10 cards per turn, so maybe we'll just try it out and see how it goes. I don't know if we need it, but It's like, it's the speculative pick. Is it going to do anything? Maybe. This is very rude. Draw half your card, or half your deck every turn. Hard to have a bad hand. That's kind of why I was like, maybe the calculated gamble was dumb. I don't know. It's possible. We've had a few bad hands where calculated gamble would be great. And I'm thinking more about future fights where we get status effects in the deck, where we're having to deal with wounds and burns and things like that. Like, that's our bad hand at this point. We do. Like, obviously we're doing this. I'm thinking if we ever play flechettes. If we don't play flechettes, we're playing a defend for 3. Basically 4. Okay. Let's try to block out more. Three energy, 9 cards, no problem. The other thing that Calculated Gamble might do is if we find the second copy of Blur, that's going to allow us to set up the Blur Arcade that much easier. Seen third Hyper Beam. It's very possible with... Oops. Never mind that. It's very possible with like a Wraith form to see it as well. Like if you're beating Bronze Automaton with Nightmare Wraith form and Noxious Fumes or some crazy combo like that. I mean, that's certainly happened to me before, where the fight just goes on so long because you can't do damage. Catalyst Plus? Well, it says cat on it, and it also says plus. So it's got to be good. Wait, how much is this? This is 30 damage coming in. Because, you know, Spire growth things. Wall weakened, mind you. Act 3, hard pool fights, live up to the name for sure. Help. Excuse me, sir, this is too much damage. We could be using these potions. I've like just not been using potions this whole time. Why? Okay. Spire growth, my guy. Doing mean things. Tied to constrict here? Dude, I've for sure done that before. Because this is the thing. Oh, you click end turn, but then you take 12. Poison is weird sometimes. Footwork? Footwork, Bouncing Flask. I mean, it's got to be Footwork. Footwork is just, like, too good. Even against Bird with Arms, we'll try to get Footwork upgraded. And I believe we pass on the attack potion. So we were doing really well up until that fight. I think we will take a nap just to be safe. I'm not certain that we need it, but scaling versus Giant Head or something could be rough. Okay. Kind of spooky not getting our weak down there. Maybe we were supposed to like sweep that turn. Okay, it's not the big attack anyway. It just kind of works out. Unfortunately, 21 is an easy number for this deck to hit. Says moments before not being able to hit 21. Pen nib flechettes would be... That's too much. That's too good. I want to get this card down so bad. We just can't. What we can do Dash and Catalyst, I suppose. Got him. Bajuzu Bracelet. Oh boy. Grand Finale. Wow. Now imagine if we had the perfect deck size for Grand Finale. We could never plan around that though, because there's too many status effects and stuff. We won't. It's just kind of a fun idea. Regal Pillow. Yeah, these relics have been super mediocre. A second copy of Flechettes? Wow. It doesn't say plus on it. I don't know. Yeah, Juzu Bracelet into Regal Pillow. Things just kind of went, just a little bit. We're not going down yet, but the game was like, well, this seems too good. We're going to put you on a downward slope. Second chance at Caltrops. Not wrong. Not wrong. No. No. All right. We have got one Reptomancer. Kind of an interesting turn, too. So we can take out both of these daggers, which we'll do, and apply Terror to Repto. Ouch. Now, the really neat thing is if we ever did Burst Corpse Explosion, so that would be 48 damage to Reptomancer. But and then we could actually, so, okay. Wait, how would we do that? Burst, Corpse Explosion, Catalyst. Corpse Explosion is 14. We skewer for 1. We can Catalyst the Reptomancer as well. So that's going to go to 45, well, plus Snecko, Poison, 47. And then you're going to take 48 So next turn we get 7 cards, but we're drawing into potentially both leg sweeps and stuff. 7 potions? No. Potions are a crutch or something. I don't know. Okay, so do this. 49. It's pretty good. This says 3 on it. That's spooky. But this says 60 on it. Sweet. 2-turn kill against Reptomancer. Crazy. Pick up a Dreamcatcher. Oh boy. And here's our chance at bullet time again. Alright. Begin to fall. Oh no! No! Not defend and strike. No! That was crazy. That was unlike most of those events that I would see. That should have been like burst after image and flechettes. I think we can afford the smith here. I'm not sure what to smith though. Like leg sweep is pretty good. Corpse Explosion could also be pretty good if we go against Donu and Deca next, and it will help for phase 1 against the Bird with Arms, I suppose. And the Act 4 elites to a degree. Maybe. But leg sweep is just kind of always good. What would I give up? Burst after image or Lechetti's? Not burst for sure, because we have burst catalyst, and that's our win condition right now. I don't know. It's kind of a tough call. I don't know if we need the Flechette's damage, but the Flechette's damage will help a lot against our bosses here if we go against Time Eater or even Donu and Deca, and also the Act 4 elites. It's by the time we get to the heart where Flechette's is like, well, I don't know. Terror Flechette's is quite a lot of damage, but it's a tough call. I don't know. We do have Footwork Plus, so maybe we don't need the after image, but I'd like having the after image. Wonder if the gift ever makes it correct to rest for a card reward. We do have quite a lot of potions. We haven't seen a lot of rare cards. Like, I don't feel like the Lost Gift has done that much for us. All right, let's see what we get. We're looking for Wraith Form. This one says plus on it. I guess we'll take it. $70 damage. Oh, you're too late. Too soon. You have awoken me too soon. Now, we don't have Blur for next turn, but we get rid of quite a lot of cards here. And maybe we use Calculated Gamble next turn if things go awry. Next turn is the multi-attack, so playing 2 powers into the multi-attack it has its own level of spice associated to it, yeah? Yikes. Okay, that Gamble says 3 on it? Wait. Hold on. Is this what being mortal feels like? So we can skewer, gain 1 energy, defend deadly poison. And we block for a bit with footwork and after image. Does burst bullet time extend the debuff? I don't think so. I don't know if I've ever done that before, to be honest. Dash for 2? Come on. Ouch. Here we go. Ah, we're getting closer. This is why the second copy of Blur would have been so incredible. We wait on this. We're already almost out of this phase. Okay, so no Blur for next turn, unfortunately. Flachetti's has a satisfying animation. I don't... Oh. I haven't really paid attention to it before. Sad. Almost full block this turn already. Nice. So we do this, this, this. Got him. Pretty good fight. Yeah, I think we're like I said, 1 copy of Blur away from being just unstoppable. And this is an incredible bullet time turn. We can get weak applied to these guys, get Blur down. So good. Yep, this is the Bag of Marbles Twisted Funnel plan. We talked about this when we actually drew into that combo earlier too. Still 1 more charge of Blur, so this turn is almost entirely accounted for already. Now, the sad thing is we didn't actually draw into Blur again, though. This is really tempting. You guys, not that kind of artifact stripping. Still full blocking without having to do anything. This is the meme dream right here. This is easy fight, good night. All right, on to Act 4. Finally, after a few bad runs, we get like an incredible one with only a 25 card deck. We've kept the deck really thin at only 25, even though we're drawing 10 cards per turn, and it's working out really well. Catalyst Plus, it's doing some okay things for us, yeah. It's like, I don't know, do we actually need it is the question. Or was the meme choice to skip Catalyst for like, you know, the meme run? FirstDane skips Catalyst Plus, still wins. Headlines across the subreddits. Oof. No, I don't think that was correct, but yeah, I can dream. You do this. Yeah, rest for the card choice is like, maybe I should have just rested. Not for the 6 HP, but for the card pick. The upgrade on the leg sweep is... It's 3 block. Snecko Oil is like... super good. Super, super good. So in theory, if we got like a really good Snecko pull, we could play down a bunch of cards and then Snecko Oil to draw even more. And then like the dream is to then bullet time and play 15 cards or something like that, or 10 cards on a turn. Yeah, we could buy a potion here. It's like buy a potion or buy Piercing Whale for a multi-attack turn. Basically just vault, yeah. Just watcher things, man. Vault Snecko Eye is so dirty. I think I like the Piercing Whale more. We've got good potions already. That artifact strip already. Oof. Turn 1 here does not spark joy. This is where we might want to calculated gamble and break Pocket Watch for next turn. Like, we do have cards that say block. So if we wanted to, we could Survivor Defend for 19 block. Or play like a Dex Potion. It means that we take 14, go to 40. The big sad is if we calculated gamble into basically nothing for next turn. I think we'll do both. Maybe, well, we only draw 4 with calculated gamble. We would have to draw exactly 0 cost cards. Yeah, let's go next turn. Okay, so this goes to 60 and then 180 exactly. Oh. Let me take burn damage. Okay, I guess we'll just win. Sweet. 36 HP is okay, especially considering that we only have 60 max HP. So it's not so bad. And we don't have any relics to set up for the hard fight, so no worries there. Whoa. So this is 60 damage. Sweet. An entropic brew? Catalyst and a nightmare? Oh my dog. Wait a second. Well, what attacks do we even have? We have neutralize. Oh, this upgrades our neutralize. Sweet. I guess the big thing is, like, what are we using Nightmare on at this point? We already damage cap with Catalyst. And Burst. We could Nightmare Blur to set up the Blurricade. That's kind of fun. Sure. And then what's our worst potion here? I think maybe Poison Potion. It's okay. But we have Twisted Funnel, and we have, like, I think we have enough poison just between these two cards to max out Catalyst. Drop Entropic for Entropic. Alright, well. Let me consider that for a moment. Okay, considered and no. That's a pass. A really good turn here. Not getting Noxious Fumes down. Kinda sucks. The real question is, like, what do we do with this fairy in a bottle? Do we drink Entropic Brew now for 2 potions? Probably. I think we keep fairy in a bottle. Next turn, we could just get bopped and die. We drew most of our defense on turn 1. So next turn is spooky. I think we need to keep the fairy in a bottle around. Sure. These can both go. It's an okay hand to upgrade. I think we'll wait. We will block the vulnerable with our Ancient Potion. And the fact that we pulled a weak potion means we don't actually have to get a leg sweep down here. So we're free to not play that. Because that was a temptation too, is like, so say we do after image dash footwork, or dash after image footwork, whatever. It's like Noxious Fumes or leg sweep for the weak. Okay, so let's block after image footwork. And now we consider, like, 3 extra cards next turn or Noxious Fumes. And we're already at 12 poison. So we, like, for sure just take the extra cards next turn. Yeah. Oof. But we have weak, so we're not necessarily dead on board, but we did pull our Piercing Wail on the wrong turn. Bullet time is here. I think this is a calculated gamble. We do shuffle the Void, which really sucks. Yeah, the upgrades here don't really matter either. We're looking to upgrade basically just defensive cards, like stuff like this. Most of the deck is upgraded. So, you know, next or last turn, we could have upgraded like Sweep, Defend, and Terror. Actually might have been correct if I had thought about that a bit longer. How many potions was that? That was 5 or 7 if you include the Entropic Brews. Yep, Blessing of the Forge will reduce the cost of Bullet Time and Nightmare. Here's a question I don't know the answer to. If you Nightmare a card that has been bullet timed, is it 0? Can't save bullet timed costs. Okay. That makes sense. Because what we could do, we could Nightmare the Piercing Whale, and then we guarantee the blockout for next turn. It's kind of meh. Ugh. And these costs are not much better. So we can burst Catalyst here to go to 90 poison. It's kind of spooky. Just doesn't feel like enough. It's either that or we wait at least 3 more turns for burst Catalyst, so we're losing out on 270. Not 90. Oh, it'll be more than 90 because it's Neko Skull. True. True. We get to not draw Slimed again, which is pretty good. Well, we also have what am I thinking of? Yeah, we have Thorns Potion. I was thinking of, like, I was looking for Bronze Skills, and then I was like, wait, how do we have Thorns? Yeah, I was briefly confused. Yeah, we got the Thorns Potion. Maybe order things there. Okay, we get rid of the Void. There is our Piercing Whale, just on time. This is a sweet turn. So we get... Oh, this is such a good turn. This turn's incredible. So we bullet time. Then defend. Get this out of the way. We're gonna Nightmare the Blur, which costs 0. Play this. No, it's fine. Real dumb, but still fine. That's true. I said get rid of it. Not use it. Get rid of it. Makes this leg sweep way more appealing. It's either that or a whole lot of poison. We shuffled all the blurs too. Makes sense. So we do 222 poison, roughly. Slightly more than that. We have basically 3 turns. 3 turns? Yeah, I think this is actually correct. Let's not mess around too much here at the end. I'm pretty sure we just got it. Yeah, we do. Okay. All part of the plan. When chat thinks you threw the run, but it was all part of the plan. Good. Got him. Yo, that run was sweet. Whew. Oh, I got gifted a sub somewhere. GG. Well, it turns out, even with 3 energy, even with Snecko Eye, 10 cards per turn is pretty good. Times 38 spell weakness sting. Sweet. Yeah, that run was awesome. It's so cool to put these 2 relics together, both Pocket Watch and Snecko Eye, for just kind of like a fun little unique experience of going through and getting 10 cards per turn very purposely, even though we could have played more than 3 cards per turn, not doing that most of the time. And then it's a fun decision to be like, oh, well, we can afford to not draw 3 cards next turn because we're setting up something like Blur for the next 3 turns, or whatever it is. We did get the Nightmare Blurricade at the very end there. And we did not save the fairy, but the fairy saved us. So all's well that ends well. But if anything, I mean, check out the run. I mean, we got this was incredible. This did things also good. I'm going to say Naloth's gift didn't do that much for us. We got Naloth's gift here at the start of Act 2. And I think if we were to go through, we were not offered that many rare cards. And we took quite a few fights through the rest of the game. So it didn't do that much for us. Here, we actually did skip Die to Die and Phantasmal Killer. Oh, that's the boss. Never mind. Here, nothing. Grand Finale, Storm of Steel. Okay, so we did get some options there, but it's so hard to tell like when Naloth's gift actually does that much for us or not. It's all, I mean, it's all chance based. Sometimes we just get lucky, sometimes we don't. Here we picked up Bullet Time, Nightmares. So I guess by the end here, maybe Naloth's gift paid off. Maybe it was also just the end of the run, and we're offered more rare cards. So the Pocket Snecko combo. Yeah, very cool. I think I've only had that a time or two before, both Snecko and Pocket Watch, but incredibly powerful on all the characters. I mean, if you have Pocket Watch and you're offered Snecko Eye, you probably just take it regardless of the situations. It's just that incredibly strong. 10 cards per turn, even though the costs are randomized, it does not really matter that you're stuck on 3 energy. We didn't pick up an energy relic outside of Slaver's Collar, and even with Slaver's Collar, we were oftentimes really, I don't know. I guess we put the 4th energy to work a lot of the times, but I don't think we needed it to win, or at least get to the heart fight. So, really, really good.